Nothing hits better than my mom's chicken Yakhni Pulao, so let's make some. While we set a pot of water to boil, we're going to add all of our spices to a cheesecloth that we'll use to make the yakhni, or the broth. If you don't have a cheesecloth, you can add the spices directly to the water, but it may be harder to strain them all out later. Then we'll prep an onion and whole garlic and ginger to also boil for our broth. When the water comes to a rolling boil, we'll add in our cheesecloth and the onion, garlic, and ginger, as well as some salt. We're going to let that boil until our broth is a warm amber color, at which point we'll add in our chicken. Once the chicken is cooked, we're going to toss our cheesecloth and then separate out the chicken in one container and put the onion, ginger, and garlic into our blender. Using a little bit of broth to help puree, we're going to blend the onion, ginger, and garlic until they're a smooth paste. Once that's done, we're going to take a clean pot and heat up some oil. To the hot oil, we're going to fry some sliced onions until they're a light gold color, at which point we're going to add in some whole cinnamon, black pepper, and cloves. We'll fry that all together and then add in our chicken and the puree we just made, letting that cook together for a minute or two before adding in our washed rice. We'll stir everything together before adding in the broth we previously made. You want to make sure that the rice is entirely submerged and there's about an inch of broth sitting above the top of it all. Then we'll add in some salt and mix it all together. We're going to let that cook until almost all the broth is cooked off, at which point we're going to turn the heat to high, cover the top of the pot with some foil in the lid, creating a tight seal to prevent as much steam from escaping as we can. Some people prefer to use a towel to create the seal, but I like foil because I can easily see when the rice is done and it's time to let the rice rest. And that's when the foil is rippling and ballooning. Once you turn off the heat, you want to let the rice rest for minimum 15 to 20 minutes before breaking the seal. After the 20 minutes, fluff your rice, and if you feel the rice is still very wet, you can cover the pot and let it cook on medium heat for a little while longer, otherwise it's ready to serve.